The skill of the day is a 4-minute max wall walk. Traditionally, this is not considered an exercise. It's really a minimum skill set required to get athletes inverted in the safest manner possible. This is a great conditioning stamina tool when you treat it for reps like this, if and only if the technique is done well. There are a couple things that I wanted to kind of demo here to kind of explain what we're looking for as coaches. And so there's a demo here that I want to show. And, honestly, when we're looking at this wall walk, ideally, we're looking that the athlete is bear crawling himself up the wall and down the wall. And you can see that he does that to some point on the way up. But on the way down, it's almost as if his feet become paralyzed and he just stops using them. And I guess the argument, if I would understand, is that it's efficient and that it conserves energy because he stops using his legs. The problem why I don't like it is because there's a complete loss of control. At this moment, there's absolutely nothing he can do to stop himself from falling. And, especially in that manner upside down, we want the athlete to have full control the entire time. And that means that in this moment, he really should have a bent knee and create that same bear crawl position he used to come upward. Not only that, it creates traction on the wall. So the reason why he can't hold himself up is because he's stiffened his legs and is not putting enough pressure on the wall, and he's just falling. And I see this a lot with high-level athletes because they're trying to cycle reps. But I think you can, especially with what we're trying to do in group class today, is cycle reps in a very, very technical way without the argument of efficiency. And so you can see that again. I mean, it's so fast. The other concern that we obviously have is at what point is this individual overextending himself? At some point, for beginner athletes or people that are just really scared to do multiple reps like this upside down, this distance is completely fine if we can fix a couple things for them. Because honestly, there's not much a difference if this athlete stayed here and changed a few things versus coming directly straight to the wall, where there's a little bit more risk for those type of individuals. And that's honestly, we want to stick his hips over and stack his hips over his shoulders. This athlete seems to struggle through this last little piece, his bicep to ear, and you'll see that there. So his palms need to be a full palm, at minimum another palm distance closer to the wall. And the way that he's still able to meet the standard, which is belly button to wall, is by overextending his low back. I really don't like this finished position, even though it's considered a legitimate rep. I would like him to take his time a little bit better and really perform a strong lockout with his ankles and knees, hips, armpits, elbows, and wrists stacked in a line. So you can tell there's an issue in that position there because his hands should be there and they're not. And they never make it bicep to ear. So what I like to see is this, where did this athlete go? Sorry about that. I had it pulled up and now I lost it. There she is. So this one right here, what you'll see, she does a great job demoing. Start and finish always have to be the same to be considered a full rep. So that's chest and belly button to the ground. She's going to move directly to a plank position. And from the plank position, her first step has to be foot over hip. This, what this allows her to do, the biggest step possible, even better, right? Because it's going to maximize efficiency in a safe manner by requiring her to take the least amount of step backwards. But this also protects her low back because if she starts with her feet down here, she's already arching her low back. So the second thing that she's going to have to do is she's going to have to simultaneously walk her hands and feet backwards into a bear crawl position. Think about it. What are we doing here? It's a horizontal bear crawl to vertical bear crawl on the way up, and on the way down, it's a vertical bear crawl to horizontal bear crawl. That's all we're doing. For some reasons, we've just made this much harder than it actually is. She starts to stiffen her leg right at the end, but you'll see her bend her knees again right there. And to walk her feet, you can see how much pressure she has on the ball of her feet on the wall. This is ideal. I like to see a little bit more knee bend so that she can really push her hands into her feet a little bit more and get more traction. But this is still really solid because ultimately she's got that rigid spine position we're looking for. And you can tell more than anything, she's got control. There's no rush for her to, come down to the ground and free fall like that. So, really we want the athletes upside down. They lose a lot of control and balance. You say left, they go right. You say forward, they come back. Is to teach that body weight bear crawl. And you could even do it just like that, where they're setting up the same way. They bear crawl 10 yards forward and bear crawl 10 yards backwards before they do that on the wall. And ultimately, if an athlete can't hold themselves up comfortably in a position for about 10 to 15 seconds, they're in too close to the wall. How do I know that? Because they can't hold themselves there for 10 to 15 seconds. So look for that when you're coaching. Getting belly button to the wall for the sake of getting belly button to the wall with horrendous form is not what the goal of today's 4-minute piece. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.